I think a lot of autistic kids would be having trouble both academically and socially somewhere in schools. It's a big problem.
When the bell rang for the first time, I was absolutely lost. I couldn't find even my classroom. I was a little bit embarrassed.
So before you start thinking that school must have been really awful for me, firstly, it really was. But secondly, it was the best thing ever. I loved learning, and school provided the intellectual challenge that I desperately needed.
I had a series of really good teachers and some teachers that I don't think really knew how to handle me.
They mistook my behaviour, my autism behaviour, as being naughty, and they assumed that I wouldn't be able to do certain things.
The thing is that it seems that every single school has their own guidelines. They have their own way of implementing those guidelines. There's no one checking that those guidelines are being upheld.
So I was constantly flipping in between mainstream schooling and disability schooling, and I didn't really fit in either of those.
Schools also need to start listening to parents and students as to how to better support them, as they are the experts on how they learn best.
When people saw me as something that they could utilise rather than a burden, and I could sense that belief in me, I was able to step up to my potential.
Okay, so a positive learning environment to work in. It's also safe, and a place where they can come throughout the day if they need to self-regulate, or a place at recess and lunch where they can come as a safe place to be.
What my school have done is they have this individual needs area where certain staff cater with people who are feeling overwhelmed and sort of help them get back to their work, and it's very useful.
We consider the lighting, the noise, and just the general area that it's comfortable and inviting for the students.
I just think it's so important, if you're a principal or a senior leadership group in a school, that you grab those teacher champions and you celebrate them among their peers.
Schools are about to undergo a transformation in the way they operate. Disabled people are lobbying for inclusive schooling, schools that are built and run to support all children. One day, there will not be any segregated schooling, which will have follow-on effects into our communities and workplaces.
And if we don't have things like autistic people in mainstream schools, the disability community in mainstream schools, then our society gets out to the real world and they don't know how to interact with that part of the community.
Scott goes to the local primary school. He's in a mainstream school, and for Scott that's really great because he's got so many friends there that he's made. There might be elements that he struggles with academically, but he's actually really bright, really friendly, and he's really helping the friends around him. So even children in his classroom that might be very good academically benefit from Scott's caring, friendly nature, and he really is helping people around him all the time.
I'm pretty much like any other person except for I have autism, and I'm quite smart. I do help some kids sometimes with tricky stuff.
It's been shown time and again that adjustments made for Asperger's learning needs benefit all students.
I thought I wouldn't belong in this world because I have autism. Now I've found my place in this world, and it's because I've embraced my autism.
For it to be better for autistic people, I think we just there needs to be more of a conversation and more of an understanding.
I just hope that in future people will be able to accept me and others like me in the way that my school has done for me.
Thanks for watching this video on my life about autism. On my life, I have peace.